Yo, what's going on, guys? Bexio back, and today we've got a brand new video on Bitcoin because Bitcoin just smashed $50,000. We can see it right here on the Webull chart. This is the daily chart. You can see right now we're at $50,500 and actually topped off at $51,000. So that is a massive move to break 50K, get above this resistance level that we're kind of sitting at right now. But getting above 51 is big to just kind of get that mentality in there that 50 isn't this barrier anymore, that we broke through, went to 51. So it's very good. It's a new higher high, and literally you can see bouncing off of 49K here, getting up almost to this line here, which I think this ascending channel line right here could act as a resistance line for a couple days or even weeks at this point. Of if we're riding up this line, could very easily do that, and we could see it break back in into this channel and then start to really pump up. But right now we're at a great spot, over 50K, 50.5K, really just in a very good spot for the price. And the market still looks very healthy. The longs are up a little bit. It was 38K and we're pushing 40K now, so the longs have gone up a little bit. The shorts got railed. They are down to 1400. It was around 18 to 1900 before. We could see kind of these numbers. This is only in the day, so last 24 hours was 1600, so even down 200 on the shorts here. Just going up. We just love to see it. The longs nowhere near where they were when the price was around this level before. So to me, it just looks like the overall market is healthy. We're doing fine. This price is a good price. I mean, we can still see these normal corrections that we were seeing before. Even like these downtrends, they will happen. This will happen. I think that we're more likely to kind of try and stay above 50K here. If we can stay above 50K, it'll bring like a lot more traders and stuff. That's when we might see leverage starting to really take off with the longs and everything. But ultimately, I think we're gonna try and test this line, and we might see a downtrend like this again, back down to 50K, 50.5, where we're at now basically, before trying to take another rally off to try and get to 58,000, because that's the next stop. And then after that, it's new all-time highs. Just one thing that is not the best thing right now, and we got to point out everything, is the hash rate is having a little bit of a downtrend here, a correction or whatnot. Nothing crazy to really look at. I think this is not going to really turn into much, but this resistance here, I guess you could say the last downtrend here, we were around it. We almost got above it. We were literally hovering right at it. And now having a little bit of a downtrend. But I think that it's just going to be temporary, and we're going to recover, continue going all-time highs with the hash rate, which would be like 181, would be a new all-time high. And I think the hash rate's going to get there. We're seeing a lot of stuff being bullish on Bitcoin. Texas has introduced Bitcoin bills. We have El Salvador getting their legal tender starts in a few days, I think, as well as more countries hopping into Bitcoin. More mining is going to start happening, and people are just going to start jumping in. And mining companies being publicly traded just allows them to grow their business a lot faster than what it would have been when they weren't really on the stock market. And we got a tweet from Plan B talking about the weekly RSI is 60. Look at when we last recovered from a below 60 period. October 2020, Bitcoin at $10,000. Price then pumped 5x. RSI hit 90 and stayed above 70 for 6 months. Also look at 2013, 2017 bull markets, multiple periods with RSI in 70 to 90 range. So looking back, RSI at these levels, Bitcoin 10K, 5x. So a 5x from now would be $250,000 roughly. So I think I would take that, and I think that is in play for the big bull market end of the year. Even if extending the bull market, breaking away from these cycles and going into more of a grind up, 250K is in the play for, into 2022, which I think is breaking away from these cycles is something I think is a bigger possibility this cycle than it ever was ever before. And you just look at the returns of Bitcoin here, and these top top returns over the last 10 years, and it's not even a question. Bitcoin's the best asset in the world. Will it continue to have this, even if this goes down to 100,000%, 10,000%? Like, people would love that. That's still great returns. So it's crazy that you can cut, the returns from the last decade in half. You can say you only get 10% of what the returns of the last 10 years were, and it's still ridiculous returns. So Bitcoin just has the possibility to just explode. And I think it's going to, especially with the on-chain analytics, fundamentals, users growth. Everything is great for Bitcoin right now. But a big thing to look at, Bitcoin says to be digital gold. And you can see gold not doing its job. Down 5% for 10 years. Imagine holding an asset for 10 years and losing money on that. That is ridiculous, especially during one of the largest bull markets in history. You managed to hold an asset that lost value. That's impressive to be able to find that, but I will take assets that, appreciate in value. And the age-old Bitcoin saying that everybody will tell you, the best time to buy Bitcoin was 11 years ago. The second best time is today. You're never too late to Bitcoin. It feels like you're late to Bitcoin. It feels like you've missed the train every single time, but you haven't. You just have to be able to look out into the future, into the next few years, not the next few months. You need to be willing to sit on it for at least, I would say, 4 to 5 years. Absolute bare minimum. You probably should just never sell Bitcoin, but if you are just trying to make money from it or something, at least 4 to 5 years to make sure you're in the right time zone to just guarantee returns based off of the history of what Bitcoin has done. And this GIF kind of explains that perfectly. This is what days look like, and then this is what years look like. So it's just something to kind of keep in mind. Days can get choppy, it can be bad, you can be down money, but years and the long term in a good asset with good fundamentals will just continue that upward trend. And Bitcoin is one that has the exponential growth concept to it, or thing that can happen to it. And that's just going to explode in value as soon as people realize that there's only 21 million Bitcoin and there's almost 8 billion people on the planet. And we'll end this video off with a nice little meme here. The bears in absolute disbelief. They can't believe what they're seeing. Bitcoin was supposed to be 10K. It wasn't supposed to rally to 50. It was a dead cat bounce. It was not supposed to be here. Bears will always hate Bitcoin. They'll always find a way to hate on it. Just like the bulls will always find a way to love Bitcoin. I'm that way. I much would rather bet on the success of something than on the failure, because if you're betting on the failure, you're betting on it's going to ruin people who are involved in it. So I would rather bet on success and everyone's happy than failure where the people who bet on it are happy, but the people who are working for it, who put their lives towards it, and who are really trying to make something succeed are the ones who get absolutely destroyed. So the only situation where people get destroyed is where you bet on failure. Whereas if you bet on success, everybody wins. People who weren't involved with it don't get to enjoy that win, but nobody gets hurt from betting on success. But that's going to do it for this video, guys. As always, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. I'll see you guys in my next video.